What's up, everybody? Especially to you, my daughter Che. How's it? This is Zaldi. Welcome to the second session of Talking Story about Ilocano. This session is called Core. Remember when I went to Southeast Asia like Cambodia, Thailand, but mostly Indonesia? Every time I go to these countries where I look like them, I get mistaken for them. The most eye-opening moment for me was the first time when I went to the Southeast Asia country, Indonesia. Like yesterday, I remember getting these curious eyeballs on me. Of course, until I opened my mouth. That is when the Indonesian army commanders realized I was not one of theirs. That is when they became relaxed and they let out a big breath of air. The positive thing is, after I tell them I was born in Hawaii and my parents are from Philippines, their eyes light up and they put their fists up and say, Pacquiao, Pacquiao. They all say that Pacquiao is not just Philippines' hero, he is their hero too. And I got that in Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, and definitely Indonesia. I needed to be able to communicate in their language, quote, core, unquote, phrases and words which demonstrate my respect to their culture and their homeland and desire to connect with them. You have two driving factors from what I just said. Number one, what words do you absolutely need to know? Core. That's what we call core. And then two, what words would be possible or good for you to know? And we'll put that in the kind phrase, the kind bucket. So you got two buckets, two driving factors for you to learn their language. Number one, the core, what you absolutely need to know. And number two, words that would be good for you to know, the kind. You will begin to notice that as you continue to identify your core words, which may be different from my list, for some of you, it might be to attract the opposite sex. For me, it was me to let them know that I look like them, born in Hawaii with Filipino ancestry. That was my core. I will start the rest of the sessions in this format. Words we're going to learn, and then, as much as possible, I'm going to put these words to make a clear picture that drills it in your head. Then I'll repeat it again and again. And at the end of that session, we'll finish off with the words we just learned. The next session will be a recap of the words we learned from the previous lesson, and then add to the list of the new words we're going to go over, and then the summary of all of it. Remember, repetition is the mother of all learning. Let's launch into the core. Yes. Win. Yes. Win. No. Saan? No. Saan? So it helps that you repeat after me. Hello. Same thing. Hello. Okay. Sige. Okay. Sige. Goodbye. So I put that to kind of help you understand that when they say goodbye, it's like, okay, goodbye. Watch. Goodbye. Sige. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Sige. Bye-bye. So basically, they said, okay, bye-bye, when they say goodbye. I. Siak. I. Siak. You. Sika. You. Sika. Okay, the next phrase, I don't know. That's a important one, you gotta admit. So you'll hear in sometimes ak. So they will use a verb and then ak. So what they did was they said they're verbing that I did it. Like mangan ak. Mangan is eat and ak is I. So they say mangan ak. That means I eat. So I don't know when they put diak, diak, that's like a negation. So diak, amo. So you guessed it. To know is amo. So you put that together. Diak, so that's a negation of I. So diak is I don't. Amo means no. Let's put it together. Giacomo. Giac amo. Giacomo. All right. And you'll hear this in the future. Not today's lesson, but the term Jack. Jack kayat. So kayat means to like. So Jack means I don't like. So that's a freebie right there. But we'll go that later on. That's not exactly the core. But Giacomo, I don't know. So far, so easy. Let's get a little bit more fancy. And this has to be part of the core. So we're getting into the Filipino fancy. So whenever you're talking, so you imagine this. You know how to say yes, which is when. You know how to say no, saan. And you're conversing. And then they say something fancy. And then you say, Giacomo. That means I don't know. Then you can come up with this. I am learning Ilocano. So that way, when they hear you, they go, oh, okay. Yeah, he's still learning. Okay, so you want to know how to say that. I am learning Ilocano. Ag suro ak iti Ilocano. So, there is a few things going on here. Ag suro. So ag is like a verb like am. So ag is am. Sursuro is kind of learn or teach. So ag sursuro. So I am learning. Ak. Remember ak, right? That's me. Just like Jack. But this time it's just ak. So ag sursuro ak. So I am learning. All right. And now we just got to take a quick pause here. I just wanted to make a note. You ever wonder why Mama, Che, this is to you. You ever wonder why Mama, or even me, you ever wonder why Mama says, instead of saying, put foil on it, she says, foil it? This type of structure isn't just Ilocano, but a lot of other languages such as Arabic and Hebrew. The nouns get verbed. So have some empathy when you hear someone who came from another country and English is their second language, like they say foil it. That's just their structure. So let's put it together. Back to I am learning Ilocano. Ag sursuro ak iti Ilocano. So iti is like it, yeah? The. So ag sursuro, okay, am learning. Ag sursuro ak, that means learning I. Iti Ilocano. So kind of like the Ilocano. Ag sursuro ak, I'm learning the Ilocano. Ag sursuro ak iti Ilocano. Now you're like, oh my gosh, Dad, you went berserk and went over and over. Chances are you're gonna know this because I went into detail and told you why. So enjoy. You're welcome. Finally, a very useful phrase. You want to say this. How do you say, like, take for instance, you want them to tell you in their language. How do you say like chicken in Ilocano? So kasano is how. Ibaga do you say? So baga is like say. Ibaga, how you say. And then the whatever word like chicken. So kasano ibaga, then you've learned the like from the one right before, iti Ilocano. In Ilocano. So iti, I lied. It's not the. It could be used the or in. So kasano ibaga chicken iti Ilocano. So I just said how you say the English word in Ilocano. Let me slow down and say it again. Kasano ibaga chicken iti Ilocano. So you just ask them, how do you say chicken in Ilocano? Again, kasano ibaga chicken iti Ilocano. This is a good morsel for now. I don't want to bog you down. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be, and it is fun. You'll see and realize that as we just go through this talking story style, and I show you how to layer upon the layer, you started going to the 3 times table just by using a 2 times table, and understanding a little bit more by just interchanging. You can see how it'll just get easier and easier. So that's what we covered. Let's go over it again. We'll go through it one time. Yes. When. No. Saan. Hello. Hello. Okay. Sige. Goodbye. Kind of like okay, goodbye. Sige. Bye-bye. I. Siyak. You. Sika. I don't know. Jack amo. I am learning Ilocano. Agsursuro ak iti Ilocano. Ag sursuro ak iti Ilocano. And the last one, how do you say chicken in Ilocano? Kasano ibaga chicken iti Ilocano? Well, with that, this concludes session 2, core. Session 3, we kind of did it. It's called promote. That session includes words and phrases which will pave the way for quick learning and remembering. You're fostering your learning. And before you know it, it'll be secondhand. And this is what you want. All right. So with that, balasang ko. Ag-inga iti sumarono agundaway. And we'll learn that next time. That means until next time.